Dear students, today I am going to discuss the different traffic control devices that is coming under Module 5 of Transportation Engineering 1. So we all know that traffic control devices means the devices which are used for controlling the movement of vehicular traffic or traffic on any medium, that is highways, etc. Here we are dealing with highways. So here we are dealing with the different traffic control devices that are used on highways. So in highways, these are the major four traffic control devices that are used. So first one is traffic signs, second one traffic signals, third one road markings, and fourth one is traffic islands. So the first one is traffic signs. So traffic signs are the signs that are erected at side of or above the roads to give instructions or to provide information to the road user. So these are erected at sides of the road, and there are specifications for different types of signs, and these will be always backed by law in order to make them more useful and effective. So the traffic signs are broadly classified into three categories: regulatory signs, warning signs, and informatory signs. So the regulatory signs are used to inform the road users of certain laws, regulations, and prohibitions. And the violation of these regulatory signs is a legal offense, like you will be given some fine, etc. Next is warning sign. So warning signs are used to warn the road users about the certain hazardous conditions, and these will be located before such hazards at sufficient distance from the hazards. Next is informatory signs. These are used to guide the road users along the routes and to inform them about the distances to various places. They provide informations and the various facilities that are available on road. So these are the three classifications of traffic signs. So the important requirements are it should be easily seen by the road users, and also it should be easily recognizable by the road users, and for each type there are different specifications, for each types of signs there are different specifications provided, so it should be followed, like there are different shapes, colors, etc. specified. So the first one is regulatory sign. So we have already discussed it. It is used for regulating the traffic flow, and the prohibition is actually a legal offense. So these are again classified into stop and give way signs, prohibitory signs, no parking and no stopping signs, speed limit signs, restriction in signs, and compulsory direction control signs. The first one is stop and give way sign. So the stop sign is used to stop the vehicles on roadway, whereas give way sign is used to give way. That is to indicate that you have to give way to the road traffic. So the shape is, the stop sign is having an octagonal shape, and it is having a red color with white border, and give way sign is having a inverted triangle with apex downward, and it is white in color with red border. Next is prohibitory sign. So prohibitory sign means it is used to prohibit certain traffic movements, then to prohibit use of horns, then entry of certain class of vehicles, etc. So the prohibitory signs are circular in shape with with white in color with a red border. So that indicates a prohibitory sign. So these are the prohibitory signs, then horn prohibited, then no parking, then speed limit, no entry, etc. So no parking you can also indicate that by providing a blue color also. Sometimes only a red cross will be given like this. So these are the different regulatory signs. So we already know if a speed limit is specified, if it is, if we don't follow that speed limit, you will be imposed some fine, etc. So it is a legal offense. So these are another different types of prohibitory signs. Then straight entry prohibited. Then one-way signs, that is only in one direction movement is permitted. Then vehicle prohibited in both direction. Then truck prohibited, like that. There are a lot of prohibited signs are the cycle prohibited, pedestrian prohibited, left turn prohibited, U-turn prohibited, overtaking prohibited. Then height regulations will be there like this. Okay, height limit, width limit. Okay, so these are different types of prohibitory signs. And the compulsory right turn, left turn, no parking. So all these are prohibitory sign. So no parking, no stopping signs. So we know that it is used for indicating that you should not stop at that point. Then there are speed limit signs are there that we have already discussed. Then we are having this height regulations are there. Height regulation, width regulation. Here you can see 3.5 meter height is the maximum permitted, 2 meter width is the maximum permitted width. Then tonnage can be specified. So all these things are coming under regulatory signs. Next is warning signs. So warning signs are used to warn the road users regarding some hazards, etc. So general design is a triangular shape. So these are the different ones. So right hand curve. So it means right hand curve is coming. Then a narrow road ahead. Then school sign. That means school zone is coming. The narrow bridge. So all these are warning signs. Then you are having like this hairpin bend, left reverse bend, etc. So like that it can be specified. Then cycle crossing, pedestrian crossing, men at work, crossroad, Y intersection. So these are all warning signs. That means an intersection is coming. Then men at work is coming. Crossroad is coming, side road is coming. So you will get an indication about or warning about such situations. So you can plan accordingly. So all these are warning signs. It is having a triangular shape. Next is informatory signs. So it gives various informations regarding routes, destination, then distance to different places, then different facilities available on roadway, etc. So informatory sign includes direction and place identification sign, facility information sign, the useful information sign, parking signs, flood gauge, etc. So it's an example for direction, that is direction sign. So here you can see these arrows will be giving in which direction we have to go for reaching these places. Then another one is usually it is given in a rectangular shape. Then other is you can give the distances to different places like this. Then you can give place identifications, and that means which is the place. Once a place has reached, you can place a board there. So like that. Then direction sign where you have to go, like that also can be provided. Then facility signs can be there, like there is a hospital at some place. If refreshment area is available, that can be shown. Hotels, telephone booth, resting place, all these are informatory signs. Then no through road, that means road is ending at some point, that can be provided. Then parking is provided in which side, whether it is only for auto rickshaw, whether parking is provided on both sides or one side. Then flood gauge, that is different markings will be there for different levels, and from this you can identify the water level. So these are the different informatory signs. So the traffic signs is the first classification of traffic control device. It is again divided into regulatory, warning and informatory signs. Next is traffic signals. So traffic signals means it is any power operated traffic control device except a sign by which traffic is regulated, warned, or alternatively directed to take some specific action. So it is traffic signal. So it will be always a power operated control device. So it is used for regulating the traffic movement. So the movement will be, sometimes the vehicles will be stopped, and sometimes the vehicle will be directed to go in particular direction, etc. So only based on that indication the vehicle can move. The advantage is that it will be providing an orderly movement of traffic. There will be an increase in the traffic handling capacity of the intersection when compared to intersections without traffic signals. Then it reduces right angle collisions, that is certain types of crashes will be reduced, mainly the right angle collision when there is crossroad. Then if the signals are coordinated, that is the signals at adjacent intersections are coordinated, it will be providing a continuous movement of the traffic. Coordinated signals means the signal timings of the adjacent signals will be coordinated. That means it will be such that the vehicle coming from one intersection will be getting a green signal at the other intersection. Like that you can coordinate that. So maximum probability is that the vehicle and the main road will be getting signal, a green signal at all the intersection. Next is it will be helping in improving the pedestrian safety, because pedestrian movements are regulated by signals. If pedestrian traffic is high, you have to provide exclusive pedestrian signals at that intersection. Next is disadvantages of traffic signals. So it will be increasing the rear end collisions. That is one main problem. So when the vehicles are coming at high speeds and when the signal turns red, the front vehicle will be stopping suddenly. So the rear vehicles, if they are coming at high speeds, they may not be able to stop at short distance. So due to that, it may result in rear end collision. Then if power failure occur, it will be affecting the operation of the traffic signal. Then improper design, that is if the leg of the intersection from where maximum number of vehicles are coming, if it is not given maximum green time, what happens is there will be chances of violation. Suppose you are having a four-legged intersection and the main road is having the will be having the most volume of traffic, and if we are providing less than the required green signal in that time in that direction, and the other direction is having more green signal time, what happens is the intersection area will be left unused for most of the time. So that will create a tendency to the drivers to cross the signal or to deviate the signal. Okay, so that is another disadvantage. If it is not properly designed, it will be leading to violations. Next is different types of traffic signals. So there are mainly three types of traffic signals: traffic control signals, pedestrian signals, and special traffic signals. So traffic control signals are used for controlling the vehicular traffic. Pedestrian signals are used for controlling pedestrian movement alone, that is whether the pedestrian can cross or not. So it will be provided along with traffic control signals. So when the pedestrian signal indicates green, pedestrians can cross. When it is red, the pedestrians has to stop. Then we are having special signals. So special signals means like accident prone zones, they can be shown by providing amber color, etc. So that is a special signal. It will be used for showing this accident prone area, etc. So traffic control signals are again divided into three: fixed time signal, manually operated signal, and traffic actuated or automatic signal. So the fixed time signal means it is the usual type we are seeing. That means a fixed time will be kept for green, red, etc. And it will be repeating after this particular time. After one cycle, the same signal will be repeating, and the time will be same itself. If green is for that particular direction, if the green indication is for 50 seconds, means always it will be 50 seconds. So it will be same, the time gap will be same, and it will be repeated after each cycle. Next is manually operated signals. So manually operated signals, it is not usually used nowadays. So here a police constable or police officer will be standing on the intersection, and he will be manually varying the signal, whether this has to be shown green, etc. It will be manually operated instead of fixed time signal. Here manually we are changing the signals. Then traffic actuated or automatic signal means here based on the traffic volume, this signal will be varying. That means if an intersection is having four legs and from one leg more vehicles are coming, and if the queue is more, there will be sensors placed at the signal, and as the queue length increases, green time will be given. So it is known as traffic actuated signal. As traffic comes or the volume increases, it will be showing green. Okay, so what happens is there will be more efficient use of intersection. When red is there, what happens? The vehicle flow will not be permitted even if the vehicles are waiting at the other legs. But here, once the vehicle is cleared, automatically it will be turning to red and green will be provided to other leg. So that is the advantage. So efficiency will be more. So in the case of traffic control signal, mainly we are using these indications red, amber and green. So we already know red is for stopping the vehicle, green is for clearing. That is green means go symbol and amber is actually provided as a clearance time. That is once green is given, sometimes we use that along with red also, but in India mainly we are using it along with green. Green amber is provided. That is once green is shown, the vehicle will be flowing and the vehicles will be crossing the intersection, but suddenly if red is coming, some accidents will be occurring. So in order to avoid that and provide the vehicles that has entered the intersection area to clear, we will be providing amber. So it is actually clearance time for the vehicles that have already entered the intersection area. So it is amber time. So these are the three colors we will be using in India. Then next is type of coordinated traffic signal system or type of traffic signal system. It is actually type of coordinated traffic signal system. So I have already said coordinated signal means if along a long stretch of road, main stretch, we will be having a number of intersections. So if adjacent intersections are provided with signals, in that case you can go for coordinated signal. That means suppose in a main road we are having five intersections, adjacent intersections are there, and all the five are signalized intersection. So what happens is if a vehicle comes at intersection 1, he will be getting, suppose he will be getting green and he will be clearing that and he will be going to the second intersection, but there he will may not be getting green, he may be getting red. But what happens is if you are taking the vehicular the travel time of all the vehicle, a large amount of time will be lost by the vehicles in waiting in all these intersections. So in order to avoid that, you can coordinate these signals such that for the main traffic, maximum green signal will be getting at all intersections. That means after first intersection, when the vehicle reaches second intersection, he will be getting green. So maximum probability should be such that it will not be always possible, but the probability should be such that maximum you will be getting green at all the intersections. That is coordinated signals. Then it can be again divided into four types of systems, that is simultaneous, alternate, simple progressive and flexible progressive systems. So simultaneous system means if suppose in the main road we are having five signals, all the five signals will be showing same indications at the same time. That means if the first intersection is showing green at this moment, all the other four will be also showing green. So that is known as simultaneous system. Then alternate system means if the first one is showing green, second one will be showing red, third one will be showing green, fourth one will be showing red, fifth one will be showing green at the same instant. Okay, so if I am taking this instant, one will be green, two will be red, three will be green. So like that, at the five intersection for the main traffic, it will be showing like that. So it is known as alternate system. Next is simple progressive system. So simple progressive system means here all the all the intervals, all things will be in the simultaneous and alternate system. It will be having fixed times. It will not be varying according to the traffic and all. Okay, but in simple progressive system, according to traffic flow, what we will do is we will be changing the phase intervals, etc based on the traffic, and we will be improving the traffic flow. So that is simple progressive system. So here it is not be like simultaneous or alternate. Maximum it will be designed such that green will be obtained. For that we will be changing the phase and phase time or intervals, etc accordingly. In flexible progressive system, all the cycle times will be, or cycle times, the time of green, red, etc will be varying depending upon the traffic. So it is actually a type of automatic signal, traffic activated signal. So here according to traffic, green will be provided and the preference will be for the traffic on the main road. Okay, so like that, a flexible progressive system. So it is the most efficient system because according to traffic, the signal indication will be varying. So these are the different types of coordinated signal systems. Okay. The previous one was type of traffic signals, and this is type of coordinated traffic signal systems. Next traffic control device is road markings. So road markings are also used for providing guidance to the drivers on highways and to control the traffic on highways. So that is the main use of road marking. So it will be supplementing the function of the traffic signs, and it will be ensuring safe, smooth and harmonious flow of traffic. The different types of road markings include pavement markings, curb markings, object markings and reflector unit markings. So pavement marking means on the road pavement will be marking, and generally it will be white color, and if there is any parking restriction is there, you will be providing yellow color with continuous center line, and barrier lines will be provided with yellow color. Then if you are having longitudinal lines, that is center lines, if it is solid lines without breaking, it means that there should not be any the driver should not cross the line, that continuous line. So that is longitudinal solid line. If center line is solid line means they should not cross to the other lane, and also there should not be overtaking, etc. Then transverse solid line indicates stop line, the vehicle has to stop. So these are the different types of center lines and lane lines. You can see here, these are the center line. If this is a 4-lane road, so these are the center lines. So 3 meter length, and here you can see 4.5-meter gap between these lines. Then these are the lane markings or lane lines. That is this is one direction and this is other direction. Again, it is divided into 2 lanes. Then no passing zone, that is yellow solid line, it will be showing the no passing zone. That means no overtaking is permitted here. Then yeah, you will be having stop lines, pedestrian crossing, so that we already know stop line means a single line like this. Then zebra crossings. So that is another thing. Then at intersections there will be markings for showing bus stops, parking space, etc. can be provided. Then turning markings can be provided. Next, that is road pavement markings. Next is curb markings. So curb markings are used to it is marked on the curb. That is, we already know what is curb, and it is these are the markings on the curb and the edge of the island, and it will be mainly marked with alternate black and white lines. So it will be indicating certain regulations like parkings, etc. Okay, so this should be visible from a long distance. Next is object marking. Object marking means these are the markings provided on various objects, so that they are clearly visible from a long distance. So accidents can be avoided. So like this, if any bridge is there and support is there, it should be visible from a long distance. So for that we can mark that like this. Okay. So that is example for object marking. That means some objects on roadway are marked. If post is there, some post that may cause accidents. Then if night visibility is required, you can paint that post with paints that will be seen in night also, so that accidents can be avoided. Next is reflector unit marking. It is used for driving during night, and it is provided on roadways. So it will be showing mainly yellow light during the night. So it should be visible from a distance of about 150 meter ahead. So these are the different road markings. So this will be it will be all performing the functions that are performed by traffic signs. Similar function is performed by road markings, and these are marked on roadways, on pavements, and also on objects near to the road pavement. Next is traffic islands. So traffic islands are raised areas within the roadway to establish physical channels through which the vehicular traffic may be guided. So it is known as traffic islands. And the classification of traffic islands are, it is divided into these 4 types: divisional islands, channelizing islands, pedestrian loading islands, and rotary islands. So divisional islands means the opposing flow of traffic is divided. That is, the central median is known as divisional island. Channelizing islands means at the intersection for properly channelizing the traffic to left turning, right turning traffic, straight moving traffic. All these can be channelized by providing channelizing island. Pedestrian loading islands are provided at bus stop and also near crosswalks. If medians are there, that medians can also be used as pedestrian loading islands, so that when one direction is crossed at the center of the road, the pedestrians can wait for some time and then again cross the other traffic. Next is Rotary Island. It is a large central island that is provided at the center of the rotary intersection, around which the vehicles will be moving in clockwise direction. So you can see here, this is divisional island and these are the channelizing islands. Okay. So you can see here, this median, it will be the divisional island. These are the examples for channelizing island. We will be channelizing the traffic flow. And then rotary island means at the center you will be providing a single island like this. So this is known as a rotary island. At the center one island will be provided in the rotary intersection. So it is rotary island. So these are the four types of traffic control devices: traffic signs, traffic signals, road markings and traffic islands. Okay, so thank you.